In a nation often divided by political beliefs, social issues and personal values, finding common ground can seem almost impossible. Americans regularly debate the most fundamental questions about law, rights, and justice, and these disagreements often spill into the public square, shaping the way we see our country and each other. That's why the Supreme Court's recent 9-0 decision stands out as a rare and powerful moment of unity. In a time when headlines are filled with stories of division, the justices' unanimous agreement sends a message that some principles rise above partisanship. The 9 justices, each appointed by presidents from both major parties and representing a wide range of judicial philosophies, came together to agree on a critical legal question. Their decision impacts not just lawyers or politicians, but anyone who might one day find themselves in a federal courtroom, reminding us that the law is meant to serve everyone equally. In the case of Burke v. Choi, the court resolved a long-standing conflict between federal and state court procedures. This ruling clarified the rules for how lawsuits are filed and fought, making the legal process more predictable and fair for all parties involved. By settling this debate, the court has helped ensure that justice is not a matter of geography or chance. Unanimous decisions like this reinforce the rule of law, providing clear and consistent guidance to lower courts across the country. They help judges, lawyers, and citizens alike understand what the law requires, ensuring fairness and stability in our legal system. For everyday Americans, such unity is a powerful reminder that justice is rooted in principle, not politics. When the highest court speaks with one voice, it reassures us that our rights and freedoms are protected by a system that values fairness above all else. The court's consensus strengthens the integrity of the federal judicial system, making justice more accessible and understandable for everyone. It builds trust in our institutions and shows that even in a divided era, agreement is possible on the most important questions. In moments like these, the Supreme Court powerfully fulfills its duty to interpret the Constitution and ensure equal justice for all. Their unanimous voice echoes across the nation, reminding us that the pursuit of justice is a shared American ideal, one that can unite us, even in challenging times. Unanimous Supreme Court decisions have shaped American law at pivotal moments. Brown v. Board of Education, for example, ended school segregation with a 9-0 ruling, sending a clear message against racial injustice. Such decisions resolve circuit splits, ensuring that rights don't depend on geography, and that the law is applied uniformly nationwide. This legal certainty benefits individuals, businesses, and the economy by creating a stable environment. In a polarized era, a unanimous court ruling demonstrates that the law can transcend politics. It reinforces the court's legitimacy as an impartial arbiter and strengthens public trust. Legally, these rulings set the clearest precedent. Symbolically, they represent national consensus on core principles. Some truths are so foundational that they command universal agreement among the nation's top legal minds. These decisions fortify American law for generations, ensuring its strength and stability. Burke v. Choi asked whether federal or state rules apply when a lawsuit is filed in federal court. Delaware required a costly expert affidavit for malpractice suits, but federal rules only demand a simple statement of the claim. The Supreme Court unanimously ruled that federal rules control procedure in federal court, not state-imposed hurdles. This decision clarified that state laws can't add extra procedural barriers for plaintiffs in federal cases. The court drew a clear line between substance and procedure, reinforcing the uniformity of federal litigation. Allowing states to impose their own rules would create confusion and undermine the federal system. By siding with the federal standard, the court affirmed a single, consistent set of rules for all federal cases. The Burke v. Choi decision immediately changes the landscape for medical malpractice and professional liability cases. Plaintiffs in states with strict affidavit requirements can now file in federal court without facing costly, early hurdles. This shift makes federal court more accessible and levels the playing field, focusing cases on their merits rather than technicalities. Defendants lose a tool for early dismissal and must now defend cases further into litigation, increasing costs and complexity. The ruling will likely increase the number of such cases in federal court and alter settlement strategies. Ultimately, the focus will be on whether negligence occurred, not on procedural checklists. The Supreme Court has streamlined access to justice, ensuring that real issues, not paperwork, decide the outcome. After the landmark decision in Burke versus Choi, lawyers across the country are rethinking their litigation strategies and reassessing how they approach new cases. The legal landscape has shifted, and attorneys must quickly adapt to stay effective for their clients. Plaintiffs' attorneys now see federal court as a far more attractive venue, especially in states with strict pre-filing requirements. Previously, these rules forced plaintiffs to spend significant time and money gathering expert affidavits before even filing a case. Now, federal court allows them to initiate lawsuits without those costly hurdles, opening the door to more claims and making justice more accessible for many clients. On the other side, defense lawyers can no longer count on early dismissals based on state-specific technicalities. Instead, they must pivot their focus to challenging complaints under the more uniform federal standards, which emphasize the substance of the claim rather than procedural missteps. As a result, the legal fight will increasingly center on the quality and detail of the initial pleadings, as well as the strength of the evidence gathered during the discovery phase. Both sides will need to be more thorough and strategic from the outset. Motions for summary judgment will become even more critical, as cases are likely to proceed further before any resolution is reached. Lawyers will invest more effort in building strong records to support or defeat these motions, knowing that early exits are less common. These procedural changes will also have a significant impact on settlement negotiations. Both plaintiffs and defendants will need to adjust their expectations and strategies as the balance of power shifts and the risks of prolonged litigation change. Defendants may now be more inclined to settle cases earlier to avoid the increased costs and uncertainties of extended federal litigation. Meanwhile, plaintiffs gain new leverage by being able to access federal courts more easily, potentially leading to more favorable settlements. The Supreme Court's ruling has fundamentally reshaped the legal strategies on both sides, forcing attorneys to rethink every stage of the litigation process, from filing to final resolution. In this new era, lawyers must become experts in navigating a landscape where federal rules, not state technicalities, set the ground rules. Mastery of federal procedure will be essential for success, and adaptability will be the key trait for lawyers moving forward. The Supreme Court has also tackled the limits of presidential power, as seen in the Trump tariffs case. The core question: can a president use emergency powers to impose major trade policies, bypassing Congress? Critics argued this stretched the law beyond its intent, risking unchecked executive authority over taxes and trade. The case echoed historic rulings that set boundaries for presidential power, like the steel seizure case. A unanimous decision against the executive would reinforce Congress's constitutional role in commerce and taxation. Such rulings uphold the separation of powers, ensuring no branch accumulates too much authority. Both Burke v. Choi and the tariffs case highlight the Constitution's core principles. The tariffs dispute focused on separation of powers, with Congress holding authority over taxes and trade. Allowing presidents to bypass Congress would set a dangerous precedent and destabilize economic policy. The Supreme Court's role is to ensure each branch stays within its constitutional limits. Burke v. Choi, though procedural, also reinforced the supremacy of federal law in federal courts. The court's unanimous rulings affirm that federal standards must prevail, ensuring a cohesive national justice system. These decisions send a powerful message. Foundational principles, like separation of powers and uniform federal procedure, are not partisan. They are essential to the rule of law. By upholding clear standards, the court provides stability and fairness. Our government remains one of laws, not of men, with powers carefully limited by the Constitution. The Supreme Court's consensus extends to criminal law, with several unanimous or near-unanimous decisions this term. These rulings clarify rights for the accused and set clear standards for law enforcement, from search rules to double jeopardy protections. Unanimity in criminal cases provides unambiguous guidance for police, prosecutors, and judges nationwide. The court's upcoming cases on technology, privacy, and gun rights will further shape the justice system. Even when justices write separate opinions, their agreement on outcomes strengthens the core rules of criminal justice. This trend reflects a shared commitment to fortifying fundamental protections. Clear, unanimous decisions benefit everyone by making the law predictable and fair. Unanimous Supreme Court decisions have a direct and lasting impact on every American, influencing not only the laws that govern us, but also the very fabric of our daily lives. These decisions shape the balance of government power, protect individual rights, and ensure the justice system remains fair and impartial for all. Whether we realize it or not, the court's rulings touch everything from the freedoms we enjoy to the responsibilities we share as citizens. When the court speaks with one voice, it sends a clear and powerful message to the nation. This unity provides a stable legal foundation for society, giving citizens and lawmakers alike confidence in the consistency and reliability of our legal system. Such consensus helps prevent confusion and conflict, allowing society to move forward with a shared understanding of the law. Take the Burke versus Choi ruling, for example. This landmark decision makes justice more accessible for those harmed by professional negligence, ensuring that ordinary people have a fair chance to seek accountability and redress. It demonstrates how the court's choices can open doors for individuals who might otherwise be left without recourse. Rulings on executive power are equally vital. They reinforce the principle that no leader, regardless of position, can bypass Congress to impose sweeping policies. This maintains the delicate balance between branches of government, preventing any one branch from becoming too powerful and safeguarding our democracy. In the realm of criminal law, Supreme Court decisions define the boundaries between law enforcement authority and personal rights. These rulings clarify what police can and cannot do, protecting citizens from overreach while ensuring public safety. They set important precedents that affect how justice is administered in communities across the country. The unity of the court in these cases is a powerful reminder of the principles that unite us as a nation. When justices from diverse backgrounds and perspectives come together, it reflects the strength of our constitutional values and the enduring commitment to justice for all. Such consensus not only strengthens the rule of law but also builds public trust in the judiciary. When Americans see the court acting with unanimity, it reassures them that decisions are based on careful reasoning and shared values, not partisan interests. Supreme Court decisions shape the country we live in and the rights we pass to future generations. They influence how we resolve disputes, protect freedoms, and define what it means to be an American. By understanding these rulings, we empower ourselves to participate more fully in our democracy. We gain a deeper appreciation for the enduring strength of our constitutional system and the vital role the Supreme Court plays in preserving our rights and freedoms for years to come.